boys and girls. I hope you are having a great Monday so far. I wanted to run some words by you and see if you could tell me what you think they all have in common, okay? This one says Hillside Drive. Emily, Walmart, Ray, Miss Moore, Booker T. Washington Elementary, and I. What do you think all those words have in common? All right, well, think about that for a minute and maybe you will know by the end of this lesson, okay? So let's go look at what we're going to be working on today. We will use proper nouns and capitals correctly. There's a clue. We will do this by identifying the noun and capitalizing the names and titles. This is important so we can become better writers. Proper nouns are nouns that name a specific or a special animal, person, place, or thing. Every word that is a proper noun begins with a capital letter. Look at the example right here. It says, my friend Nina North. So Nina North is a special person. So her first name and her last name both begin with a capital letter, just like yours. She lives on Oak Street. Well, guess what? Oak Street is the name of a special place. It's a street she lives on. So both names of the name of the street begin with a capital letter. Let's look at the next sentence. She takes her dog Bingo to Kings Park. What are the proper nouns in that sentence? We have Bingo, the name of her dog, because it's a special animal. And Kings Park is also a proper noun because it is the name of a special place. Titles for people are also capitalized because they may come before a person's name. A title begins with a capital letter and usually ends with a period. Here's Miss Green. Miss does not end with a period because that is one word. It's not an abbreviation, but it does begin with a capital letter. Ooh, just like Miss Moore. All right, here's Dr. Lee. Doctor is capitalized. It is his title. Mr. Adams. Mr. is the title, so it begins with a capital letter. Mrs. Payne. This is her title. Mrs. Ms. Ramirez. The Ms. is an abbreviation, so it ends with a period, but it's also a title, so it begins with a capital. Now we're going to practice some correcting of sentences. So, my brother Mike is 6 years old. Let's see. Think for just a moment if you can find a proper noun in that sentence. Remember, a proper noun is a name of a special person, a special place, a special animal, or a special thing. Think about that sentence. My brother Mike is 6 years old. What word do you think needs to begin with a capital letter in that sentence because it's the name of a special person? If you are thinking Mike, you are exactly right. Mike should begin with a capital M. That is somebody's special name. So here is the sentence written correctly. My brother Mike. Mike has a capital M because that is somebody's name. It is a special person. He is 6 years old. Period. Okay? This is what you are going to do in your journal with some different sentences. Okay? You are going to find the word that should have a capital letter because it's a proper noun naming a special person, place, thing, or animal. And then you're either going to write the sentence correctly or you're going to correct it with the pen on your iPad. Okay? Let's try another sentence together. They moved to Cedar Hill. Look at that sentence for a minute and see if you can find a proper noun that names a special place. Where did they move? If you are thinking Cedar Hill, you are correct. The sentence says they moved to Cedar Hill. So we need to write Cedar Hill correctly. So I'm going to write they moved to Cedar what? Cedar Hill. So both words in the name need to begin with a capital letter. Just like your first and last name begin with a capital letter. So they moved to Cedar Hill. This is a name of a special place, a street, or a town. We don't know. Okay? So let's do one more together before you start finding proper nouns by yourself. Ready? The next sentence says, his teacher is Mrs. Bell. Okay, look very carefully and see if you can find a proper noun in that sentence. Okay, put your finger on your nose when you think you found it. Okay, the proper noun in that sentence, if you remember your teacher's names begin with capital letters, then you would know to say Mrs. Bell. This is the title of her name. This is Mrs. and Bell. Both words need to begin with a capital letter. This is the name of a special person. So Mrs. needs to begin with a capital M and end with a period. And Bell needs to begin with a capital B. That's right. All right, so let's write this sentence. His teacher. Is teacher a proper noun? No, that is not naming a special person. That could be any teacher, okay? Teacher is a common noun. It could talk about any teacher in the world. But his teacher is Mrs. Bell. Mrs. Bell is a proper noun because it names a special person. Okay? It is talking about a specific teacher, not just any teacher. Okay? His teacher and her name. Capital M for Mrs., capital B for Bell. And don't forget your period after Mrs. because it's an abbreviation. All right, so now you're going to get to look at some sentences, and you can either correct them with the pen tool on your iPad, or you can write the sentences in your journal like I did. You're going to write the proper nouns correctly with capital letters. If you're not sure what a proper noun is, again, I need you to think to yourself, is it a name of a special person, special place, special thing, or a special animal? Okay, so let's look back at, these are going to be your sentences that you're going to write in your journal, or you can correct with the iPad pen, okay? Let's review what we talked about for just a minute. First of all, we talked about proper nouns being names of special people, places, things, or animals. Okay? Proper nouns begin with capital letters. Titles begin with capital letters. Mrs., Doctor, Miss, Mr. Okay? Those are titles that begin with capital letters. Now, let's think about our cards that I showed you earlier and see if you can tell me what you think these words have in common now. Hillside Drive, Emily, Walmart, Ray, Miss Moore, Booker T. Washington Elementary, and I. So what do you think all those words have in common? If you said they are all proper nouns, you get a thumbs up. You're exactly right. These are all special names of special places. Hillside Drive, that's the name of a special street. Emily, that's the name of a special person. Walmart, that's the name of a special place. Not just any store, Walmart. Ray, that's the name of a special person. Miss Moore, that's the name of a very special person. Booker T. Washington Elementary, that's the name of a special place, a special school. We're not just any school. What school do you go to? Booker T. Washington Elementary. Capital letters for each word in the name. Now, I wonder why I is capitalized. It's just a letter. It's nobody's name. Why do you think the letter I is capitalized? When do we use the word I? When we're talking about ourselves. It is like using our name in the sentence, but instead of saying, Miss Fisher likes the color green, I would say, I like the color green. I is capitalized because it is a proper noun naming you. Okay? Now, anything else you notice about these words? What else do they have in common? How else are they alike? Look at the first letter of each word. What do you notice? What do they all begin with, boys and girls? That's right, a capital letter. So proper nouns name a special person, a special place, a special thing, or a special animal. A proper noun begins with a capital letter. So do titles for people and the letter I. Word I. It's actually the word I, not just the letter I. And now you can go either correct the sentences with your iPad pen, or you can write the sentences in your journal and correct them in your journal. Take a picture and turn it into your teacher. Have a great day. Bye.